Hello dear friend, and welcome to On This Day SMR with me, Edward Hertz, where we take a look back through history at events which took place on this day. As you can hear, the rain is gently pittering and pattering away on the window, and the fire is crackling away nicely in the hearth. So, put your headphones on, sit back, relax, and let me take you on a journey back through time. So today is Saturday, January the 6th, 2024, and we have 51 historical events to cover, going all the way back to the year 1066. Starting with the most recent event, 3 years ago in 2021, supporters of US President Donald Trump attacked the United States Capitol to disrupt certification of the 2020 presidential election, resulting in 5 deaths and evacuation of the US Congress. 5 years ago in 2019, 40 people are killed in a gold mine collapse in Badakhshan province in northern Afghanistan. 5 years ago in 2019, Mohammed V of Kelantan resigns as the Yang di-Pertuan Agong of Malaysia, becoming the first monarch to do so. 7 years ago in 2017, 5 people are killed and 6 others injured in a mass shooting at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport in Broward County, Florida. 12 years ago in 2012, 26 people are killed and 63 wounded when a suicide bomber blows himself up at a police station in Damascus. 19 years ago in 2005, Edgar Ray Killen is indicted for the 1964 murders of Cheney, Goodman and Schwerner during the American Civil Rights Movement. 19 years ago in 2005, a train collision in Graniteville, South Carolina, United States, releases about 60 tons of chlorine gas. 24 years ago in the year 2000, the last natural Pyrenean ibex, Celia, is killed by a falling tree, thus making the species extinct. 29 years ago in 1995, a chemical fire in an apartment complex in Manila, Philippines, leads to the discovery of plans for Project Bajinka, a mass terrorist attack. 30 years ago in 1994, US figure skater Nancy Kerrigan is attacked and injured by an assailant hired by her rival, Tonya Harding's ex-husband, during the US Figure Skating Championships. 31 years ago in 1993, Indian Border Security Force units kill 55 Kashmiri civilians in Sapore, Jammu and Kashmir in revenge for after militants ambushed a BSF patrol. In the same year, 4 people are killed when Lufthansa Cityline flight 5634 crashes on approach to Charles de Gaulle Airport in Roissy-en-France, France. 32 years ago in 1992, President of Georgia, Zviad Gamashakherdia, flees the country as a result of the military coup. 35 years ago in 1989, Satwant Singh and Keher Singh are sentenced to death for conspiracy in the assassination of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. The 2 men are executed the same day. 50 years ago in 1974, in response to the 1973 oil crisis, daylight saving time commences nearly 4 months early in the United States. 55 years ago in 1969, Allegheny Airlines Flight 737 crashes in Lafayette Township, McKean County, Pennsylvania, United States, killing 11. 57 years ago in 1967, United States Marine Corps and ARVN troops launch Operation Deckhouse 5 in the Mekong River Delta. 64 years ago in 1960, National Airlines Flight 2511 is destroyed in mid-air by a bomb while en route from New York City to Miami. In the same year, the Associations Law comes into force in Iraq, allowing registration of political parties. "73 years ago in 1951, in the Korean War, beginning of the Gangwon Massacre, in the course of which an estimated 200 to 1,300 South Korean communist sympathizers are slaughtered. 74 years ago in 1950, the United Kingdom recognizes the People's Republic of China. The Republic of China severs diplomatic relations with the UK in response. 77 years ago in 1947, Pan American Airlines becomes the first commercial airline to offer a round-the-world ticket. 78 years ago in 1946, the first general election ever in Vietnam is held. 83 years ago in 1941, United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt delivers his Four Freedoms speech in the State of the Union Address. 94 years ago in 1930, Plessy Cummins arrives at the National Automobile Show in New York City, having driven a car powered by one of his diesel engines from Indianapolis. 95 years ago in 1929, King Alexander of the Serbs, Croats and Slovenes suspends his country's constitution, the January the 6th dictatorship. In the same year, Mother Teresa arrives by sea in Calcutta, India, to begin her work among India's poorest and sick people. 112 years ago in 1912, New Mexico is admitted to the Union as the 47th US state. Also in 1912, German geophysicist Alfred Wegener first presents his theory of continental drift. 117 years ago in 1907, Maria Montessori opens her first school and daycare centre for working class children in Rome, Italy. 124 years ago in the year 1900, in the Second Boer War, having already besieged the fortress at Ladysmith, Boer forces attack it but are driven back by British defenders. 131 years ago in 1893, the Washington National Cathedral is chartered by Congress. The charter is signed by President Benjamin Harrison. 154 years ago in 1870, the inauguration of the Musikverein in Vienna, Austria. 177 years ago in 1847, Samuel Colt obtains his first contract for the sale of revolver pistols to the United States government. 185 years ago in 1839, the night of the Big Wind, the most damaging storm in 300 years, sweeps across Ireland, damaging or destroying more than 20% of the houses in Dublin. 136 years ago in 1838, Alfred Vail and colleagues demonstrate a telegraph system using dots and dashes. This is the forerunner of Morse code. 215 years ago in 1809, combined British, Portuguese and colonial Brazilian forces begin the invasion of Cayenne during the Napoleonic Wars. 243 years ago in 1781, in the Battle of Jersey, the British defeat the last attempt by France to invade Jersey in the Channel Islands. 300 years ago in 1724, Sieverden aus Saba al-Common BWV 65, a Bach cantata for Epiphany, is performed the first time. 303 years ago, in 1721, the Committee of Inquiry on the South Sea Bubble publishes its findings, revealing details of fraud among company directors and corrupt politicians. 363 years ago, in 1661, in the English Restoration, the fifth monarchists unsuccessfully attempt to seize control of London. The revolt is suppressed after a few days. 383 years ago, in 1641, in the Arauco War, the first Parliament of Quilin is celebrated, putting a temporary hold on hostilities between Mapuches and Spanish in Chile. 445 years ago, in 1579, the Union of Arras unites the southern Netherlands under the Duke of Parma, Ottavio Farnese, governor in the name of King Philip II of Spain. 484 years ago, in 1540, King Henry VIII of England marries Anne of Cleves. 488 years ago, in 1536, the first European school of higher learning in the Americas, Colegio de Santa Cruz de Tlatelolco, is founded by Viceroy Antonio de Mendoza and Bishop Juan de Zumarraga in Mexico City. 532 years ago, in 1492, the Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella enter Granada at the conclusion of the Granada War. 575 years ago, in 1449, Constantine XI is crowned Byzantine Emperor at Mistras. 669 years ago, in 1355, Charles IV of Bohemia is crowned with the Iron Crown of Lombardy as King of Italy in Milan. 702 years ago, in 1322, Stephen Uros III is crowned King of Serbia, having defeated his half-brother Stefan Constantine in battle. His son is crowned young king in the same ceremony. 819 years ago, in 1205, Philip of Swabia undergoes a second coronation as King of the Romans. And finally, 958 years ago, in 1066, following the death of Edward the Confessor on the previous day, the Witan meets to confirm Harold Godwinson as the new King of England. Harold is crowned on the same day, sparking a succession crisis that will eventually lead to the Norman conquest of England. Okay, so that is all we have for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you found our little trip back through history both relaxing and informative. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment below. Please also consider subscribing to the channel. It will really help the channel to grow and will also ensure that you are notified of all of my future videos. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.